Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Zach the Jedi Otaku. It's time to watch RWBY because I missed the last couple of days. I was at a wedding, and so now I really got to play catch up. Last time on RWBY, we had a much needed talk. It was Crow discussing the two brothers, the two gods of light and dark, and how they created mankind, and how the younger brother, the darkness, created the Grimm and all these different things. The mythos, the lore of the world of Remnant has really increased. We also got to see a lot of Ozpin and Crow, and now we know that they are a merged personality, or not personality, but their auras have been combined and merged. So now we have Ozpin as a Jiminy Cricket type of character inside of Oscar's mind, compelling him to fulfill whatever the mission is. I believe that Ozpin is the wizard, Wizard of Oz, and that Salem is originally from the moon. She lives on the world of Remnant now, but she was created on the moon. If we envision that the older god or the older brother is the sun and the younger brother is the moon, and that's where I'm kind of getting that from. And whatever caused the destruction of the moon, at least on that one side, is what released Salem back onto the world and allows her to create Grimm. If you notice in the last video when we were discussing the younger brother, there's that the darkness inside of him has the swirling look to it, which looks very similar to the bug that appeared on Cinder's hand when she took Amber's power, the Fall Maiden's power. It had a very similar manifestation effect to it, the same kind of glowing darkness, like smoke look to it. And so that's where it makes me feel like Salem is a representation of the younger brother, or the harbinger of the younger brother, where the younger brother may actually be the end-all, be-all villain of the series and has been using, heralds in different forms, mostly in the form of Salem, and probably to bring back her god, her whatever that is. That's at least where I'm theorizing. We know I'm dead set that Ozpin is the wizard, and they get reincarnated in a similar way as to the maidens, but the consciousness remains rather than just the power moving to the next person. So there's slight differences between the wizard's resurrection / aura shifting from vessel to vessel compared to the power granted to the maidens. Little differences, but enough to make it worthwhile. So this chapter is 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. I saw in the thumbnail it's Yang with Tai, so I assuming that's where we're gonna go and see more training with Yang. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ready, play. Boom, boom, yeah. Nice moves. Yeah, he's white. Boom. Nice shot.
Wow, that thing packs a punch.
We've been at this for weeks. I get it. You want to make sure I can still fight. I think I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
You're close.
Oh, really?
You're still off balance.
What? No, I'm not.
Mm.
Honestly, I am kind of surprised. I thought it would just be this huge weight, but it feels natural.
That's cool.
They did a great job with this thing.
Oi! Ow, okay. Woo, 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 woo.
I
Oh,
wasn't talking about your actual balance.
she's working on her kicks more. Interesting.
Although, that could use some work too.
Off balance.
Meaning?
Mentally.
I saw your tournament fights. During the Vital Festival?
Let me guess. I was sloppy.
No, No, you were predictable. And stubborn. And maybe a little boneheaded.
Hmm.
Do you realize that you used your semblance to win every fight after the qualifiers?
Huh.
So what? How is me using my semblance any different than someone else using theirs?
Because not everyone else's is basically a temper tantrum.
Huh.
I'm serious. Once you take damage, you can dish it back twice as hard, but that doesn't make you invincible. It's great when you're in a bind, but what happens if
Interesting.
you miss? What happens if they're stronger? What then? Now you're just weak and tired.
Hmm.
You've always been one to burn brighter than everyone else, whether it was with your smile or,
I
well,
like that.
I remember your first haircut.
And see straight through her ability and semblance. She's going back
But
to
you gotta
pale.
keep your
Pale
emotions in check.
purple.
Keep a level head and think before you act. Your semblance is a great fallback, but you can't let yourself rely on it. It won't always save you.
Coming from experience.
You definitely have your mom's stubbornness.
Oh, so now we could talk about her?
Well, as I have been informed, you're an adult now, remember?
Huh.
Well, sorry I remind you of her.
Don't be. Raven was great in so many ways. Her strength, her ambition, her dedication to whatever cause she thought was worth fighting for. I'm proud of how much of her I see in you. But I'm glad I don't see all of her in you.
Why?
Because you wouldn't be you then.
Your mother was a complicated woman.
Definitely so.
Like everybody, she had her faults, but those faults are what tore our team apart. And they did a real number on our family. You both act like the easiest way to tackle an obstacle is through it. That strength is all that matters in a fight. But if you just take a second look, then maybe you see there's a way around as well.
Oh, I like that demo.
Come on,
Not through, around.
one more before dinner.
I like that. I like that. Teaching her to be flexible.
See?
I'm loving this
All right.
animation.
Now you're using your head instead of your...
Using your feet. Good job. Now we get a brighter purple eye. It's so crazy how her eyes change from the bright to pale purple, then to the red when she enters her semblance and her anger. Okay, oh, and whites now. Let's see. What's on the tip? She gonna summon again? Yes, focus on your summoning. What is that?
Hello, sister.
Oh, is that the sword of the knight?
Leave.
How hurtful. And here I am about to offer you a favor. Father's taking me into town to introduce me to some of his business partners. I thought I'd see if you wanted me to pick you up anything since you're, well, stuck here.
Oh, I hate you, Whitley.
Are you jealous?
I hate you so much.
Is that it?
Whatever do you mean?
Is that why you hate me? Are you jealous of my abilities? Of Winter's?
Do you not have a semblance?
No, not really. Honestly, I find it barbaric. It's beneath people like me, like Father. What could a single huntsman possibly do that an army could not? That's why we have one, even if it is run by a fool.
I said, leave.
Fine, fine. I've got better things to do. Enjoy your...
Apple doesn't fall from the tree, huh?
However pointless it is. What is your plan anyway? What do you hope to accomplish while trapped in your own bedroom?
Bitch. Summon the night. Summon him. Yes, the night. Do it. Do it! Bring him forth. What's the book? What book fell? Flowers of some kind? If she summons it, can she leave?
Yes.
I am the
Klein,
queen.
I need a favor.
Yeah, oh, now we're going back to Lake. Okay, sweet.
Gotcha!
Who is the ninja?
Don't let her out of your sight!
The moon. And a secondary moon on the floor. Okay, so... Ooh, that was interesting. Who are you?
Why are you watching
She's
me?
got a whip sword?
Give it up! I'm not above hitting a girl, you know.
Whoa, hey. Her armor
The scroll!
contracted.
Seems someone thinks it's important. Get!
Ow. Oh, now part of her mask is gone? Yeah, pull it down.
Quit staring and grab it!
There was 4 of them, but that took way too much out of him.
Blake, watch out!
A human?
Ilya.
Ilya.
Wait, you know her? But she doesn't even look like a fool. Ah!
Whoa, hey!
Give it to me.
Whoa!
You shouldn't have come back.
Chameleon? Her weapon was similar to like a chameleon's tongue where it lashes out and comes back.
Son! No, not again, please. Help!
He'll be okay, he'll be okay. You're fine, son. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
Hold on, son. Just hold on.
Yeah, he'll be fine, he'll be fine, he'll be okay. It's nothing gonna happen to son yet. Please don't tell me something's gonna happen to son.
Just hold on, Uncle Crow.
Oh shoot, now we're going back to RWBY. Crap.
Ty. She's not coming. Ty.
He's getting worse.
Who's not coming?
How much farther?
He's talking to
Not
Ty?
even close.
Without the map, there's no way of knowing. But I feel like we're close to something.
What is it?
Oh, Ren. What do you got? What do you got for us? Hi, banana, ku in shin minstrel. Okay.
Hey, Mistress,
Hey, why is that one
you're
crossed
on
out?
the path.
Who's the
Oh,
one that's crossed out? Is that their hometown
does it say
that's
how
crossed out?
close?
No. And it looks like the path takes us up through the mountains.
Guys,
Shoot.
I don't know if all of us can make that climb.
Okay, well, what about this place? Kuro, Yuri, can we get help there?
That village was destroyed years ago.
But if it takes us around
Their
the mountains,
village.
it's the best bet we've got.
It will take too long.
The town would have had a doctor, right? Or maybe we could scavenge for medicine.
Right.
You're not going
Ren's
to find
gonna
anything.
burst.
We just have to press on.
Ren, why are you acting?
We can split up. Huh? Ren and I can cut through the mountains while you and Ruby take Crow around through the village.
No, we're supposed to stick together. We keep each other safe.
We don't have time for safe. If we make it to Mistral, we'll bring back help. If we don't, we'll at least have a better view of the land. Up there, we can see if there's somewhere else we can go.
Shit. Things are not looking good, guys. Not looking good at all.
Okay.
Okay, be safe, guys. Be safe.
Just take
Please
care
be
of each other.
safe. Always.
We always have.
Go. Shoot. Run. Okay.
They're gonna be fine, John.
You don't know that.
Shit. They're both so jaded and trying to keep each other moving. It's so hard, though. What? Is that one of the elephant? What kind of grim is that? And it's a big footprint. Is that a hoof print? Okay. Okay. That is what it is. Shoot. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So, title probably is okay, yeah, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. There are 4 storylines right now. Yang and Weiss are moving forward, whereas Ruby and Blake are moving backwards. Or at least that's what I can assume from this. Let's talk about the first scene with Yang and Tai. I noticed that Yang is putting in a lot more kicking into her movements, and that it seems like she's being more spry and not as straightforward as Tai was observing that in all of her fights. She uses her semblance as a way to win, as her go-to card rather than her trump card, which I thought was very interesting. It makes me respect Tai a lot more because of the way that he is such a good observer and can not diagnose but assess a person's abilities and weaknesses based off of their past fighting styles. I thought that was really cool, really way of doing it, and I like that he expressly told us that Yang's semblance really has a weakness, that if she doesn't do it in the one time that she has the fight back with her semblance ability, where she releases all of it at once, that's it. If she doesn't beat the person after that, she's toast. I thought that was a really cool thing, and I never really considered that beforehand. So I like that there is more being added to each person's abilities and weaknesses and the way that they are developed. Very cool that way. And I like the part about Raven and how Tai loved Raven for all the great things that he sees in Yang, the stubbornness, the ability to fight for what she believes in, and the willpower to push through to get to that point. I love all of those things, and that he still has this great love for her. You can tell he really has a love for Raven still. And I like how it's this like melancholy love, bittersweet love. Really interesting. And I love the part about instead of going through, you can go around, and that there are more than one way to accomplish a task, which is something that Yang desperately needs, is the flexibility to grow beyond where she's at now, where she's just pushing through everything. But in reality, if she wants to grow into being a more well-rounded and better versed fighter, she has to learn different ways of doing things. this one being moving around. So it's kind of like without being Bruce Lee, Yang was Bruce Lee, or Tai was Bruce Lee in that moment, saying be water, flow around things, and then crash through them, then break through. She's only been breaking through, she can also flow. So I like that aspect of it. Moving on to Weiss, I was so pumped to see her fully embrace her ability to summon, and now she has her knight now that she fought in her trailer. And I like at the end there was the bit with Klein, I need a favor. So I think that she is about to peace out. She'll summon some kind of animal, a flying grim of some kind, to fly her away to get where she needs to go. And I hate Whitley. He is a punk mother of an F. Not a fan of him at all. I especially did not like how... Shut up, gardeners. I especially did not like his saying that fighting is beneath me. That's why we have an army, even though the leader is an idiot talking about Ironwood. So I think there may be some underplays with Whitley down the line. He's going to be an antagonist later on in the series, maybe starting in volume, I'll say this is volume 4, so it's probably starting in volume 6 or 7. He'll become an antagonist, where the Elysium army may be split, and there may be civil war in Atlas, or maybe the Elysian army, at least the paladins and all of them, will side with Salem, perhaps. Maybe. Let's move on to Blake and Son with Ilya, our new faunus, not faunus. I'm pretty sure she is a faunus that is of the chameleon type. We have the like kind of spots on her arms and legs, saying that's probably like scales type of thing. I wonder if when she changes her appearance, her complexion, if that's an indication of her emotional state in that moment. Where she turned red, it seemed like she was really mad in that moment. I liked her weapon. I thought it was very unique. It felt like a whip sword at first, but now knowing that she's more of a chameleon type of faunus, it makes more sense to be kind of like a tongue where it lashes out, that comes back, and then can be used. So it makes more sense in that style. I thought it was interesting. We got to see the full extent of Son's semblance. We know he can only put out 4 is his maximum amount of clones before he just couldn't hold it anymore and toughed out. Let me know in the comments if you think there's some other aspects to that may make it so he can have more clones or less clones. I don't know if he had expended all of his energy that day, what his stamina levels are, that sort of thing. But at least from this point, we can guess or gauge that he's got about 4 clones that he can produce at one time and sustain, at least for a little while. And now moving on to RWBY and Team Ranger, I thought it was really cool how much Ren, like Koroyuri, I think that's the town that they're from. He just totally was like, no, we're not going, not happening. And it was such a hard no for him, and that there's nothing there, and he just will not go back there. And then Nora jumping in to try to defend him and also try to calm him down at the same time. It really shows how much they are a family, the two of them together. They're their own family unit. So I thought that was really beautiful to see. And I liked Crow was in his saying something. He's like, Tai, she's not coming. So that might be something going back. He's reliving a memory of when the Ravens split off from the team and whatever the faults were that Tai was talking about that split the team in half, and how all of that happened. Something there. So I'm curious to find out what that connection is. What is he dreaming about? Where is that memory he's reliving? Be interesting to see. And then we had that giant footprint. I am assuming it's one of the elephants or some kind of horse, a large horse type of grim. Really cool. A little tired. Oh. For all of those of you who are wondering where my World of Remnant video is for Atlas, I'm still waiting for Rooster Teeth to put it on their channel. Once that happens, I'll post the video. I did watch it. I did enjoy it. That was cool. Yeah, so that's what I got for now. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys thought of my reaction and my review. And as always, Jedi Otaku, out.